Welcome back to Tompa Sensei, and it's time for another character breakdown. And Jurino Iwabee is a genin of Konoha Leaf Village and is a part of Team 5 together with Denki and Metal Leon. What a trio this is. They are pretty funny to watch. Iwabee has the IQ of a Naruto genin. Sometimes Denki can barely perform any ninjutsu, and Metal Lee is just getting nervous all the time. He can't even hold in a vase before he drops it and breaks it. Yeah, but it's funny to see them. You always get to laugh a bit, and they will eventually grow stronger. And Iwabee is looking up to Naruto, the 7th Hokage, and dreaming of becoming a full-fledged shinobi. And he also had his grandfather, I think, killed by the 4th Mizukage Yagura, who at that time was the three-tailed Shinjuriki of Isobo. As we know, Iwabee is 2 years older than the other guys, but that's because he has failed the academy a couple of times, and he doesn't really like reading books, and therefore he couldn't pass the academic test. But despite that, in combat and performing ninjutsus and all the academy level techniques, he has shown excellence in terms of that. And when he is in combat, he is very unpredictable. He can be pretty stealthy, and that has left a lot of the instructors impressed by Iwabee. Iwabee's chakra nature is earth style and can seamlessly perform two techniques on top of each other to catch an enemy off guard, and that has left even Kakashi impressive. And he has such great chakra control that he can make refined constructs likeness of people with this earth style despite not having access to much earth. And that's very impressive for being a genin, and that's why he has also taken classes in becoming a medical ninja, because every team needs that as well. When it comes to ninja tools, he's shown to using Fuma Shuriken, which is referred to the Demon Wind Shuriken, which is a bigger shuriken that has 4 curved blades. And then he has his interesting weapon he's carrying around, which is called the jaw, where he's using that to create different herb style shapes to use it as a weapon. And then he's also been shown to wield a sword too. He has also some skill in Fuinjutsu, where he can immobilize his targets on the field and increasing that power, and he can even work in unison with others. When it comes to taijutsu and physical prowess, Iwabee is not the flashiest guy. He doesn't have much speed, but he has great reaction. He's shown to be stealthy, and he's a tall guy that has raw strength, and in hand-to-hand combat with Boruto and his shadow clones, he could easily kick them or throw them away. First earth style ninjutsu that Iwabee can use is Doten Doryoso, and I have no idea if I pronounce it right, but hey, I'm trying to learn Japanese, alright? And it's called earth style earth flow spears, where the user is condensing mud and stone that is coming up to the ground into shaped single or multiple spikes that's going to skewer the opponent. Now, if the opponent has greater density in their ninjutsus or in the body, this will not work on the enemy. This technique is called Doten Doryuha, which is called Earth Release, Earth Flow Wave, where the user creates and rides on an earth wave and then can branch off from it to attack an enemy from distance. So pretty versatile there as well, and the user can also manipulate this terrain around an opponent. Third ninjutsu is Doten Doryu Earth Released Earth Style Wall, and this jutsu is performed by many throughout the Naruto series. One of them is Kakashi, where using it against Obito, and Iwabee can use it as well. And it's a defensive jutsu. You can defend yourself, others, structures from incoming attacks and ninjutsus. And you can even use it to make it bigger or smaller. Next ninjutsu I can't pronounce either, then I'm gonna sit the whole day, but this is called Earth Release Gravel, and you can use this jutsu to trap or immobilize an enemy by using the earth around them, upturning the earth, and then you condensing it. Doten Dorigoku, which is also called Earth Release Reverse Antillion. Now this one is similar to the previous ninjutsu, and you can also trap and immobilize your target here by condensing existing earth around your opponent's bodies and encase them in various levels. This jutsu is called Doten Gagagontun, which is called Earth Release Rock Brick Cane, and here Iwabee has creating something very interesting in his arsenal. He can use his weapon jaw for different purposes and makes it become very versatile. The first thing is that he can grab it into an earthen surface and collect rocks and then shape it into different melee weapons such as a hammer or a spear, and in addition to this he can increase its weight and power. He can also strike it down to the ground and creating a long-reaching shockwave towards the enemy. So very versatile and useful jutsu that Iwabee has. Earth Release Rock Trail, where the user slams their hand into the ground and creating a path of rocks that emerging up from the ground to strike the enemy. Noten Sandun Jutsu, Earth Release Sandwich Technique, and this jutsu is pretty dangerous for the opponent to get caught in, because here the user is creating huge rocks formation that will come from opposite side of the enemy and will come with tremendous force to smash everything caught in it. Now, how big the rocks are and how long you can maintain those rocks to smash something in between, it depends also on your chakra level. So if an enemy get caught in it, well, it could be GG. Ninjutsu is called Earth Release Tunneling Technique. This jutsu is more used for infiltration purposes, where you're creating a tunnel on the ground to then maybe be stealthy or sneak up at some place behind the enemy, for example. So this jutsu could be very useful in missions. And as we know, every team needs a medical ninja, and Iwabee has learned to create this chosen jutsu, mystical palm technique, which is actually a A-rank jutsu because you need good chakra control, and Iwabee has that. And then you're placing your hand on, for example, your teammate that has both external or internal wounds, and then you're speeding up the body's natural healing abilities. This can also be treated for internal illnesses as well. But what's also so difficult about chosen jutsu is that you need to send the right amount of chakra into someone else's body. You can't send too little or too much, because then it's a chance or it's a risk that that person will get into a comatose state. Iwabee is also very creative as usually with his earth style release, and he used that under the tuning exam's first test, where they were going to answer on true or false question, and then the team 5 was falling down in a trap in a pit of ink, and if they were to have fallen down there, they would have gotten injured pretty bad. But Iwabee used his earth release to save the whole team 5. As we know, Iwabee dreams of becoming a well-known shinobi, and I think he will be that. I think his future is promising, because for being a genin, he can already use multiple earth release ninjutsus with great chakra control, and he can also be a medical ninja. So very useful in a battle, very versatile. He can be sneaky, stealthy, he can heal you, he can protect you, he can fight you close up. He also got some skills in Kenjutsu, so let's see if he develops in that area as well. So let me know in the comments down below if I missed something, and how big do you think Iwabee's potential is. I gladly read that in the comments down below. So thank you so much for watching, and if you're brand new here, make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell, and I see you in the next video.